They didn't march in lines, they didn't train in arenas, they trained in the wild, and built the largest empire the world had ever seen. Follow Arena of Ages, where history's deadliest warriors ride, fight, and live again. For most civilizations, warriors were shaped in schools or camps. For the Mongols, training began the moment a child could walk. Life on the steppe was harsh, unpredictable, and demanding. Every boy, and often every girl, grew up in a saddle, bow in hand. By the age of 3, a Mongol child was placed on horseback. By 5, they could ride alone, racing across the endless plains. This was not just skill, it was survival. Horses were everything: transport, food, and weapons of war. To master the horse was to master life. The Mongol warriors' training was built on speed and endurance. A single rider might command several horses, switching mounts in battle to remain fresh. Warriors learned to sleep in the saddle, to fire arrows while galloping, even to control their horse with their knees while using both hands for combat. Their endurance was legendary. Mongol armies could travel up to 100 miles in a single day, covering distances that would cripple ordinary soldiers. The bow was the soul of the Mongol warrior. Each boy learned to craft, string, and maintain his own composite bow, made of horn, sinew, and wood. Its range and power were unmatched, capable of piercing armor at 200 yards. From youth, they practiced endlessly, shooting targets from horseback, hitting animals on the move, and firing in all directions, even backward, while retreating. Accuracy and speed were everything. A skilled archer could loose half a dozen arrows in the time a swordsman struck once. Hunting was more than survival. It was training for war. Entire villages would surround vast herds, coordinating movements across miles. This taught discipline, communication, and the encirclement tactics that would later devastate enemy armies. Mongol training emphasized unity. Warriors were organized into groups of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Each unit lived, ate, trained, and fought together. Loyalty to the group was absolute. A single mistake could doom thousands, so obedience was enforced with ruthless discipline. Punishments were severe. A soldier who abandoned his post could be executed. Entire groups could be punished for the failures of one man. Yet this harsh code created an army of unmatched cohesion where every warrior trusted the man beside him completely. Beyond the bow, Mongols carried curved sabers, lances, and lassos to drag enemies from horseback. Armor was light but effective, leather and lamellar that protected while allowing full mobility. Their tactics were revolutionary. Feigned retreats, rapid maneuvers, and sudden ambushes shattered the rigid formations of European knights and Chinese armies alike. They trained not just to fight battles, but to break the spirit of civilizations. Mongol warriors were hardened by belief. Shamanistic traditions, rituals of the steppe, and later the unifying vision of Genghis Khan gave them purpose. They believed they were destined to rule the world, and trained as if nothing could stop them. By the time a Mongol reached manhood, he was a complete warrior, horseman, archer, hunter, and survivor. His body was hardened by the cold winds of the steppe, his mind sharpened by discipline, and his spirit bound to the brotherhood of the horde. Together, these warriors carved out an empire stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, the largest continuous land empire in history. And it was not built by walls or schools, but by a way of life where every child was born into the saddle. The Mongols didn't train in barracks or arenas. They trained in the open sky, on endless grasslands, in a world where survival demanded greatness. The question is, could you have ridden with the horde?